SPF is our BFF, but if you've seen Dr. Barbara Sturm's expensive $150 sun drops, or La Mer's overpriced skincare, or even some stuff that even I have purchased, such as a $150 tinted sunscreen, you might be wondering how we're supposed to reapply our SPF every day and not go completely broke. Well, you know that I am a fan of some Asian sunscreens, some K-beauty lines, and some phenomenal formulas that actually protect our skin and our wallets. And today I want to expose some of the really good but really expensive sunscreen brands and some of my favorite Asian J-beauty or K-beauty dupes and some of the sunscreens that I would personally recommend instead. Let's start with this ridiculously expensive Algenist microalgae oil repairing tinted moisturizer. Listen, I love me a good sunscreen. I love that it's made in San Francisco, but this is 1.35 fluid ounces of a tinted sunscreen for $150. I repeat, 150 buckaroos. Unless you're getting this on sale at Marshall's for $5, which I did for one of them, don't do it. Just, baby, please. The tint is nice, it covers well, the microalgae is good, but for 150 bucks, do you know how many of these I could buy? And many of these I have purchased. Literally multiple. This right here is the Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Air Fit Sunscreen. This is such an amazing sunscreen. It is so lightweight, it is tinted, and it's completely mineral, just like the Algenist. This is an SPF 50 with UVA and UVB protection. It has a very slight tint to it, and it depends on your skin tone, but oh my goodness, this is so good, and it is so much less expensive. This is 1.69 fluid ounces, so there's even a little bit more product in the bottle, and this is $19. I could buy 7.5 of these for one of these, and holy guac and squacamole, I love this. I've applied this at the beach, I've applied this in my car, I've applied this even on my days that I stay at home. Skin 1004 does sunscreen so well, and the Centella in here is so hydrating. Now, Centella is not the same as microalgae oil. This one from Algenist might lend itself a little bit better to a consumer that has more dry skin. This one still can be used on dry skin, although the Madagascar Centella in here is more water soluble, whereas this one does have an oil. Still, I find these to be a wonderful swap. If you want to spend your money on expensive American beauty brands, you can, but this is only an SPF 30, this is an SPF 50. The size, the price, this takes the cake. What does that mean, takes the cake? Or isn't it have your cake and eat it too? I don't even like cake. I much prefer waffles. By the way, I've listed all of these and who they're best for in the description, as well as in the little YouTube shelf. You can poke the product button. We still need to give them a name, or them a name, her a name, it a name, it. It is a non-binary button, and you can actually save products to your own shelf, or if you hit see more in the description, I've actually listed out the A-Beauty, the American Beauty product, and then the K-Beauty dupe that's less expensive, and who I think that each one is best for. And yes, even the rare occasion that I think that the A-Beauty one might be better for some people who have lots of money in certain cases. Both of these do give you a little bit of that golden hour glow. You know that song by Jake? Is it Jake or Javake? Jarake? I love to jarake the lawn. Actually, I hate raking. I just love it when the leaves fall in the fall and rolling in the leaves after they've been raked. Anyways, this one will definitely give you that golden hour glow. Depending on your skin tone, this one does that a little bit too. And this dress is actually my golden hour dress. Do you see how fancy we are today? The world is your runway. If you want to be fancy today, you can. This is my golden hour dress. We're talking about golden hour glow with our sunscreen. I'm claiming it. I'm claiming it. This is the energy today. Let's talk about hydration. ALASTIN is a very fancy dermatologist recommended sunscreen and skincare brand. It is really, really good. But this right here is a broad spectrum SPF 36 that is supposed to be a super hydrator. It is $65, but it is a slightly larger size, which we normally don't see from luxury beauty. This is actually 2.6 ounces, and it is a tinted formula. But their whole thing is that it's supposed to be super hydrating, absorbent into the skin, and beautiful. And while it is, for $65, that's still a pretty penny. Well, one of my favorite K-beauty brands actually has an ultra hydrating sunscreen. They have a mineral one as well as a chemical one, and it's $18. Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. Babe, $18 to $25 depending on where you get this and if you get it on sale. And as you can see, I only have the boxes. I was going to show you the formula, but I am all out of my Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. This is the new packaging. You know what? I actually think maybe I have one of the old packages. Hold, please. That's the Jeopardy music. You know the hold music? Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. This has got to be one of my favorite sunscreens, K-beauty or not, of all time. This is so good. It even works on my oily prone skin because it's actually hydrating. You know, oily skin can be dehydrated, and I feel like this hydrates deep down. This does have hyaluronic acid, but it goes on so beautifully and it actually keeps the skin moist. And it doesn't have a tint the way the ALASTIN one does, but if you're looking for the results that are comparable, such as intense hydration, babe, this is it. And for 18 to 25 bucks versus 65, K-beauty has done it again, to the point that I've purchased so many of these that I am out. Now, Isntree does have two versions. They have the hyaluronic acid watery sun gel, which is the organic form, which basically has a chemical filter, and then they also have the hyaluronic acid natural sun cream. This is the one that is mineral, and the mineral one would be a little bit more akin to this. The ALASTIN one is tinted though, because I think they didn't want it to flash back, but still, babe, this is a USA K-beauty swap that I could not recommend enough. Swippity swappity, bippity boppity. Babe, what are you putting on your body? I hope it's sunscreen. Now, I have a sunscreen that I actually quite like, and it's actually quite large. This is from EltaMD, which doctors and derms always recommend. It has this airless pump, and this is basically a UV lotion, broad spectrum 30 full body sunscreen. And does it sunscreen? Yes, it does, and it does the sunscreening very, very well. Now, this is great, and for the size of 7 ounces, it is definitely a winner, even at like the 43 to 45 bucks that this entire tub is. Again, you can get it on sale for like 40 something, and I think that regularly it's like 45 or 50, but K-beauty, of course, has an option, and this one isn't 45. This one's $11.99. I found this on Stylovana for $11.99. I've seen it go up to 15 or 17, but babe, $11? $11? And they say this is for face and body. Obviously, you could also do the EltaMD for face and body. I really do like this one, but when this exists, don't waste your money, honey.
Don't call me honey, honey.
This is 6.7 fluid ounces, so it's slightly tinier than this one, but this is also an SPF 50, whereas this is only an SPF 30. Now, let me show you this formula because it is so gorgeous. I wore this at the beach. I rubbed it in. I went in the water and splashed it off, and then I rubbed it in again. It is so beautiful. It protected me so well. And when I compare this to the EltaMD, it's just as hydrating. It's just as nice. I would say the biggest difference is that this one does have a scent to it. So if you have super sensitive skin, you might want to stick with the EltaMD because this one's fragrance free. But babe, this is so good. And if I could spend $11.99 at Stylovana for the Derma B Everyday Sunblock SPF 50 PA+++, I mean $45 for the UV lotion broad spectrum SPF 30 from EltaMD. It's a no-brainer for me. Now I am going to mention 2 brands that are very interesting. If you're looking for lightweight, if you're looking for something that just feels like absolute silk on the skin that absorbs like it's not even there, we've got an expensive option that is really good that again doctors and derms recommend, and then I have an Asian K-beauty option instead. This is the ISDIN Photo SPF 50, and this is so good. It is phenomenal, especially if you have like actinic keratoses. ISDIN specifically designs these products for actinic damage, and this is a mineral formula. You gotta shake, 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 shake it because of how lightweight and liquidy this is. And what's fantastic about this formula is not only is it a sunscreen that protects you and your skin from actinic keratoses and skin damage and precancerous growths, but it also has a little bit of dimethicone in there, a couple of silicone products that just feel so nice on the skin. This is beautiful, and this is lightweight, and it feels luxurious, which is why a lot of doctors and derms recommend it. But for $70, doctors and derms can afford a $70 sunscreen. But if you're not earning dermatology salaries every single year, might I recommend something that has resurrected itself from the depths of the internet? Oh baby, oh baby, baby. This one made a comeback. This right here is known as a soft touch breathable sunscreen, and before I tell you which brand this is, just look at it. Look at the comparison. It's a little bit thicker when it comes out of the bottle, but do you see how it absorbs just as well? It leaves you with that same silky, skin-loving finish. Do you see what I see? This is Purito, baby. Remember when Purito had their sunscreen scandal? And where the sunscreen number on the bottle was not the actual number of sunscreen. They said it was an SPF 15, it was like an SPF 19. We've spoken about that, but Purito not only recalled their products and refunded customers, but they went back to the lab and made sure to do it right. They fixed their mistake, and boy, do I have thoughts about what they launched that is actually an SPF 50 with a formula that I think is better. Now, this deserves an entire testing and comparison on its own because they actually launched quite a few sunscreens. They really made a comeback, and they did it in a way that I approve of. But if you are looking for something that helps prevent from solar damage and actinic keratoses, technically all of these will do that, but these specifically have this beautiful, absorbable, lightweight, soft touch that feels like it's not even there. Like, these literally feel like they are not even on the skin. This breathable protection is only $16. I've seen it as low as $12.99 on Stylevana, and this is so good. Both of these are amazing. I would highly recommend both, but if you don't have $70, babe, do you have 16? Do you have 12? I love this. Again, I think we kind of need a video talking about Purito, how they redeemed themselves, what actually happened now that we know the details, because I am of the belief system that you don't judge people just on what happened. You judge them based on their actions that they take, on the way they try to clean things up or fix issues or learn from their mistakes or grow from their mistakes, or just deflect, defend, overreact, and become aggressive and not take responsibility. And I think Purito did it right, which is why I'm just saying, if you are looking for one of the lightest weight, softest touch sunscreens, why spend this on A-Beauty as an American beauty when you could spend it on K-Beauty from Purito? Don't waste your money on some expensive American sunscreens unless you're looking to splurge on yourself. If you're just looking for something great every day that you can actually afford to reapply multiple times a day, this is where it's at, baby. And this one allows you to stay hydrated both orally and topically. I do want you to reapply your SPF, and at these prices will actually be able to afford to, and always be beautiful both inside and out. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video where we talk about more exciting skincare things or reactions, and maybe even potentially what actually happened with Purito and where they stand now. Love you guys. Bye.